All right, let's get into it. So, good morning, everybody. Oh, it is early, but we're going to be playing some Nomadic. Really excited to play this game. It is developed by, let me look. I know the name, but I just want to double check. It's developed by Rene Pierre, who wrote the Breathless SRD. It's his game. He wrote it. He wrote the Fari RPGs. That's who Fari RPGs, and you can find them over on itch.io. And we're going to be doing a giveaway. So we're going to be doing a giveaway of the game, meaning you have to be here in chat to be able to win the giveaway. Really excited. We're going to be typing up stuff. I'm going to be telling a story. Feel free to throw obstacles in my way. I'm sure I'll lose track of myself eventually. I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing my roles in chat. So everybody can see them and participate. And along with this, we are doing a fundraiser for Fun Texas Choice Reproductive Rights. So don't forget we're doing that too. This was part of the Breathless Jam that just ended. It was a lot of fun. We entered ourselves. We had a game ourselves in there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got my handy dandy second screen here in front of me to type up all my roles. And we're going to get to it. So the music you're hearing is a live YouTube channel by Lo-Fi Geek. The thing about Nomadic is he wrote a whole playlist for it. It's a beautiful playlist, but because of the nature of copyright, I cannot use it. But you can go see it for yourself over on the itch.io channel. Let me go ahead and copy and paste it in chat. Give me 1 second. There you go. That's where you can find it. So let's get started then. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is create a character. I have these here just as kind of placeholders. That's not supposed to be there. So I can actually write things out. Oh, let's start with a name. Let's see. I need a good star name. I need a good galaxy name. I need a good exploration name. Let's see. I'm looking around my room. That's how I mostly come up with names for characters. How do y'all come up with names for characters? I mostly do it just kind of by looking around a room, thinking about their details, what I've got around me. Let's see. Let's see. Lyra. After the constellation. Oh, excuse me. Pronouns are she, her, of course. Because those are mine. So that's how we're going to be referring to her. Alright, so now we have to divide these dice. Assign a D10, D8, and D6 to 3 skills you think your nomad is particularly good at. Dashing. I think Lyra would be really good at learning. Maybe not D10 style. Maybe it's just D8. Let's see. Let's make her really good at tinkering. She's going to be really, really good at tinkering with things. Like I said, those 21s are just placeholders. So I know that there's a box there for me. So I need a D6 now. Let's see. I mean, with that, she'd be really good at muscle in a way. Kind of. Yeah, anything that involves turning a wrench. And then the rest of these are going to be D4s for D4 checks. Whew. Whew. That's the thing about the Breathless games. It always makes me so nervous. Because you never know what you're going to run across. And with this, it's all up to us and what makes sense for us. Alright, so let's get on up here. So we're going to explore a dangerous world, leaving Earth. Humanity has abandoned Earth as it got destroyed by climate catastrophes. The International Space Program sent hundreds of pilots into the depths of space to explore, document, and survive in the harshest of the voids, in the hope of finding a new planet where humans could prosper again. During that time, what's left of humanity is left waiting in giant cryoships for a new planet to be discovered. We are armed with a blaster, a portable drone, scanners, and various sensors. We've been navigating into the void for weeks, and it's about to enter a new solar system. This system has planets that are worth exploring, either because their resources or their potential become humanity's new home. So we go through these steps. We use the question oracle and the risk oracle to do things. So if we have a question about the world, or we want to do something that might be risky, and then our checks. And then this is for the resource tracks. Make a choice, and then resource checks. So basically, we're going to explore this planet. These are our planet analyzers. This is what we're going to use. And we're just going to go through this planet and send journey logs. That's what these are for. As we go, we do these checks. And as we do a check, like it says here. Oh, it doesn't say it here. Oh, it does it up here. It says it up here. As we make checks, we reduce the rating of our skill that we use by 1. So a D10 goes down to a D8, to a D6, to a D4. And it can't go lower than a D4. And determination, your skills aren't all you have to survive the harshest. You rely on your sheer determination to push forward to make the mission a success. When you use determination, use a D12 instead of a skill rating, so a D12 instead of these. But once used, you'll need focus to use this again. So I'll be marking the determination coin whenever we finish using determination. And then focus. Quickly take time to assess, calculate, recenter yourself. It's a brief break. It resets all these skills to their initial ratings. However, when you focus, there's a complication involved. So we roll here on the complication. We pick one of these complications that makes sense for what we're doing, and a new complication has been added. And then we mark one of the resource tracks, I'm assuming it's on any resource track. I guess it's just what makes sense for the story. So I'll probably just end up rolling a D4 for it if any of them make sense for the story. So, with that, let's get started with Lyra. We're going to be scrolling a lot back and forth until I get the gist of it, and until we really get down to 3, and we finish the planet analyzer. So there's going to be a lot of scrolling. There's going to be a lot of jumping back and forth. And with you guys in chat, y'all are welcome to throw out not complications, but parts of the story to me. Sorry, I stayed up way too late last night playing Monopoly, so that's what we're at today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we've been traveling for weeks through the void. We're probably very tired. We're finally entering a new solar system. Tired, but excited. Weeks and weeks of endless stars, the final frontier. It's beautiful, and it's hard to describe. But after a while, it all starts to look the same. People talk about road blindness, but nobody talks about star blindness. And there it is, this big planet in front of us. Can't really determine the colors of it yet through our ship's glass. And it's too far away to truly actually be able to adjust. But Lyra's excited. Finally a place that she might be able to call home again. Finally a place that she might be able to hold her friends again. That was one of her best memories on Earth is with friends. And they all stayed the night and had a couple of drinks of wine, laughing and giggling, playing board games. And one of the memories is they all built a blanket fort that night. They decided to build an adult blanket fort. They brought the wine cooler in, they moved the couch around, they used all the sheets. And Lyra had always had a fondness for the stars. Always had. And so she had those glow-in-the-dark sticky stars that they put on the inside of their blanket fort. And drank wine and looked at the stars under the blanket fort with coloring books and just all kinds of stuff. And that's where they fell asleep, actually. They all brought their sleeping bags in the blanket fort, and that's where they all fell asleep. So, she's excited to have a place to possibly do that with again. So, using the planet scanner as we get closer, we can finally scan the planet. Okay, hang on. I'm making sure I read this right. Alright. So, we're going to roll a d10. We got a 3, which means the planet shows signs of life. As we get closer and we see the trees, the flora, we see it all pop up on the scanner. We're too excited to comprehend and take in. We need a moment to calm down and... I'm going to do it again. Is it a d10? Yeah. We rolled an 8. Oh, it's a desert. It is a desert. So, we're going to put in the journey log. Let's see, we need a date. We'll just put X's. We'll cheat. We'll just put X's, that's fine. XX, XXX, X, at XX, XX time. on inspection, it is a desert planet. Temperatures. Whoop! If I could spell today. Oh no, spell check to save me. Ah! I need this to go away. Thank you. Temperature is reaching. What is... Okay, so I'm American, which means all of my stuff is in Fahrenheit. There we go, 32. We want to use scientific language, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of Googling because I am not a scientist. Alright. Let's continue the region scanning. So the current weather. The current weather is foggy. It is foggy and the terrain is mountainous. It is a mountainous desert planet. Temperatures reaching. Current weather. Fog. Alright, let's get into some wildlife. What size is the wildlife? I think we should do... How many rolls on wildlife detector should we do? Let's do 2. Let's see what size they range. This is my game. This is my playthrough. So let's do this. So they're range from gigantic. Fantastic. They range from large to gigantic. Oh no! I love large animals. Alright. Let's see what type they are. The D6. 4. They're amphibian-like. Alright. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. They're mammal-like and amphibian-like. Okay. Oh, my ear hurts. The muscles behind my ear hurt. It's alright. They'll work themselves out. We're gonna have to make this text a lot smaller. That's okay though, we can do that. Alright. Well, let's do a 10 point. Bitch. It's fine. Is it gonna be smaller? It's not. Okay. That's all I care about. Alright. Amphibian-like creatures. Taking up the majority of the planet. Alright, what is their diet? And we're gonna do 2 diets. Oh, we should just keep... Yeah, we'll just keep the amphibians. The mammals can go. I kind of am enjoying this... With amphibian-like creatures taking up the majority of the planet. What is it? 1d6? 3. They're omnivorous. Okay, okay. Omnivorous. Why did I put an OU in there? Okay, they're omnivores. Oh, you gotta get their traits too. What do these amphibians have? Feathers! You'll have to forgive me. I'm thinking of like a red-toed tree frog with feathers, and it's killing me. All right, what is their current temperament? Thank you, stream stickers. I rolled a 1. They're calm. There are currently no signs of aggressive behaviors in the fauna. Log 1. A feathered amphibian. Alrighty. So, there are currently no signs of aggressive behavior in the fauna. So now let's get to the flora. Please, if this floor is tiny, I'm gonna scream. Okay. Punk box. Alrighty. 1d6. Let's do a range. They range from tiny. Oh. depending on how this next roll goes. Okay, they range from tiny to gigantic. I'm really excited to describe like the color of these animals and these other flora. Oh wait, no. So the largest of, and we're only doing one because it's more fun that way. Come on, mushrooms. Rooting on mushrooms. Fuck. Shrubs. Shrubs! Dear God! Oh my gosh. Okay. So, with these shrubs, geology. Let's pick a color. I'm in my room with all my books, so I have like so many colors around me. Let's see. Something interesting. Something striking. Most of the land is a deep green. Veins. There are veins of soft pink and a feldspar. And the rocks. Whoop. The fauna ranges from large to gigantic, with amphibian-like creatures taking up the majority of the planet. Scans show they are feathered omnivores. There's currently no signs of aggressive behaviors in the fauna. Just these huge ass frogs jumping around. It makes me laugh. Or salamanders. Let's see. Bark of the Leave. Oh yeah, okay. Leaves. Well, the leaves give off a. Let's see. Well, the leaves are a deep purple. And they're fading into. We're starting off. Let's see. What's a good ombre? Almost like the borage. It is akin to the not barrage, borage flowers from home. So we find a safe place to land. We land our aircraft into a clearing. And we finally step foot on this planet. Unsure what to call it. This green and pink planet with feathered amphibians. And they range from two-legged with small arms standing up on end, almost like a dinosaur, but straight up, but more vertical like a human, with the flat salamander heads, bright colored feathers depending on the creature, depending on the species of amphibian, anywhere from the brightest of greens and yellows and oranges to the darkest tones of blacks and browns. We'll get more into these creatures as we go. I'm really excited. So, we land our ship. And go down to our checks here. We land our ship. And now it's time. Now it is time to gather materials for a camp. I guess we would have one, huh? I guess we would have one. We'd have a camp. Kind of a futuristic. All I can think is capsule core. I know that's not what I'm thinking of, but capsule core is the first thing that pops into my head from Dragon Ball. From the Dragon Ball series. Get camp set up. And we've got all of our stuff and we suit up. And we decide after weeks of being in a cramped ship, it was time to stretch our legs. Excuse me. Stretch our legs. And get going. So, as we venture onto this planet, full of interesting life. We'd have to make a whole new text box. I don't feel like making a whole new text box, y'all. Aha, I can just do it here. 8 point. Yeah! Oh, that's so much better. Sorry, distractions. Perfect. So, we stretch our legs, and we go walking the planet. And the creatures just get more interesting. One in particular that catches Lyra's eye is the one, it's almost snake-like, but it's got legs. And it's an amphibian, not a reptile. And the most interesting thing about these amphibians... Oh, so this particular amphibian is long like a snake, with... with salamander-like legs, so they're shorter, but they have huge frog-like feet. And the feathers are just a striking contrast to the green of the land. They are, excuse me, to the deep greens of the land. They are a striking canary yellow with an ombre fade out from the canary yellow to sunset orange to a bright lipstick red to the deepest of crimsons, all along the body of this amphibian. And one has to wonder, they're amphibians. So, where is the water that these amphibians drink from? Or soak in, or what have you. So that's the definition of amphibian, right? Is water and land. So where is this water? So as we walk, go up. Okay. So I have a question about the world. So now I'm going to roll 2d6. And it's a 5. So I guess the answer would be no. There is no water on this planet. I mean, scans showed it was a desert planet, and simply that. So what else could it be? So we're going to type. Actually, I'm going to type this in as a voice log because I think that would be really cool. We're going to do ship log and voice log. Voice log 1. Scan showed no signs of water. Amphibious BIOUS creatures are amphibians. Oh well. No knowledge as to why. And then, because it finally came to Lyra's attention, I have Discord blooping in my ear. That's not supposed to happen. 1 second, let me put that on like streamer mode. So it stops blooping. Why are we blooping? Who's blooping? One second, I apologize for that. You're fine. I just realized there was blooping and I didn't know what it was. So I'm just gonna put it on streamer mode. So there's no more blooping. Bloop, 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 bloop. Is it Pokemon? Yeah, it's you and Pokemon. Alright. So, because Lyra... Oh my god. Actually, I'm gonna do a check for that. I'm gonna do a check. No, that's pretty basic knowledge. I don't think a check's needed for that one. So, I will here in a minute though. So here's the thing. It's foggy on the desert planet. What's creating the fog? We need to analyze what's in the air. So, Lyra makes her way back to her tent, back to her ship, and uses the computers to take data. Let's see how much this roll app likes me today. Rolled a 4. Okay, so I did a check for a 4. Okay, so that means that my learn is now at a D6. My learn is now at a D6. I rolled a 4. It's not risky. Just to check. It's not a risky check. Yeah, we'll just use it. That's fine. So let's just bring that back up to an 8. Because it's not a risky check. We're just checking what's in the air. So, what's in the air of this planet that is causing this strange fog if there's no water? Let's see. What could be causing the strange fog on a desert planet full of amphibians with feathers? That's the thing. To catch up the viewers, hi everybody who's showing up. This is Nomadic. It is a tabletop by Renee Pierre or Fari RPGs. Give me 1 second and I will repost the link here. You can go check it out. It's an awesome game. We're doing a giveaway today. You have to stick around until the end for the giveaway. Otherwise, Nightbot won't count you because that's what I'm using. So that's the game. If you want to go check it out, it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. He wrote the Breathless SRD. This is written on. And so far, to catch everybody up, we have spotted a new planet in the solar system. It is a mountainous desert planet with temperatures reaching into the mid 30 degrees Celsius. Current weather is fog. The animals of the land, the fauna, are these large to gigantic amphibian-like creatures that are omnivores and they're feathered. But they're calm, no signs of aggressive behavior. The fauna ranges from the smallest of greenery to the largest of shrubs. I went ahead and do 2 rolls on that one because I wanted to, because it's funny. It's not funny, it's more fun. I like having a range, which is why I did the large to gigantic. That cracks me up. And then I've written everything in the journey log that you can read there. This is a solo tabletop. I don't think solos get enough love, so that's what we're doing. Currently, we're figuring out what is causing the fog in the air. I asked the Oracle if there was water, as we know it as people, and there is currently no water in the land. So why is there fog? What's causing the fog? And let's see. This is gonna take a lot of Googling on my end because I'm not a scientist by any means. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you for whoever that was for treating Pando. It is bromine. The scans in the tent show that the air that's giving off the fog is from the bromine, which is giving this land a very reddish hue over everything. I know I spelled amphibians wrong down here. We're just gonna live with it. We're gonna fucking deal. And we're gonna be okay with it. Thank you for treating Pando. For some reason it didn't pop up on my screen. Of bromine fog. Okay. So where is it coming from? Where are these wells of just bromine? So we continue our trek. While it is still, it's not the brightest outside. There is still some kind of light coming in from the distant sun of the solar system. We are, God, I can't think of what's the so. In relative terms to Earth, we are we're about as far as Saturn is from our solar system on this planet. And with the atmosphere, it is clearly uninhabitable here. But however, that does not mean there aren't valuable resources. So we continue on. So again, upon stretching our legs and walking along the planet's rocky surface for a little while, we see many of the amphibious creatures munching from the trees, the leaves from the trees, and there's a strange hissing sound coming from the east of us. We go detect it. And it looks to be two gigantic legless amphibians fighting. It looks like it could be a territorial fight, and Lyra decides to watch. Lyra decides to stick around and watch. However, we have to be quiet. We have to be sneaky. Oh, fuck. My skull gives it a 4. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Let me put this in the log. Upon day 1 walking, spotted 2 legless creatures fighting over territory. Okay. What? Snuck closer to learn more. All right, here we go. This is our first actual check. We are going to, it's a d4. Of course it is. So we're going to roll a d4 and pray to the dice gods. Ha! That's okay. The situation is risky. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Oh, wait, no. Roll 2d6. Okay. I'm going to take that 4, and then y'all can tell me otherwise. See if it's risky. It is risky. It's not perilous, but it's risky. And I'm going to take that 4. And then y'all can stop me. We succeed, but with a cost. Mark 1 box of your choice. 2 boxes if the situation was perilous. Okay. So. Upon Okay, so it's just focusing. I don't have to do a complication if I mark a track, right? Resource tracks. Fail. Something wrong happens. Succeed, but at a cost. Ship box, you realize your ship's engine is damaged. The next time you see it, hit the tracks. Look at the fiction to decide which track to mark. Okay. And link it with the fiction later. Okay, so no, it doesn't look like I have to do a complication at this time. I just tick a resource track, right? Okay. Okay. So upon sneaking closer to the fix these. Closer to the fighting, Lyra catches her suit on on a nearby shrub, and not realizing it earlier, nicks just a little bit in the arm. Luckily, the suit's made in segments to keep the oxygen in, and it's just a nick in the arm. She doesn't notice it at first, but that'll come into play later. Whoop! What is happening? There's a bunch of noises. Hey! Thanks so much for the follow. Sorry, there was all kinds of noises all of a sudden, and I didn't know what was happening. Thank you so much for the follow. All right. All right, so upon closer inspection, to watch more of this fighting, she snags her lower arm and makes a small rip in the suit. Okay. So as Lyra sneaks, she gets a closer look, and it's a lot of hissing. It's a lot of feathers showing, and these feathers on these amphibians are not only for these beautiful displays of who has the brightest of colors, but are also to make them big. It's to make them bigger. It's to make them more ferocious. They rip feathers out of each other. And it is a larger, assumingly older male against a smaller, slightly smaller male. And the colors on the smaller one are these beautiful, bright pinks and these bright sage greens. While the older one, the larger ones, are a little duller, with flecks of gold and iridescent black mixed into his plumage. And Lyra watches in awe, writing down notes as she goes, observing the behaviors of these creatures. And finally, the smaller one loses. The smaller, scrappy one loses. And it is then she finally gets to observe the omnivore behavior of these creatures. And the larger one's jaw unhinges itself, almost like a snake. But with these teeth like a shark in the front. The front teeth are very shark-like with 2 rows, and then the backs are more of the omnivore molars. And he begins to eat the younger one, still kind of alive, as she writes all this down, semi-horrified, but also just incredibly fascinated and decides it's time for now to go back to the tent and sleep for the rest of the day. And to continue the next day. Log. Let me scroll down. I'm gonna have to make this smaller because there is no way all of that is fitting. 8. Yeah. Let's make it an 8 point. That'll be okay. Alright. Log 2. Upon yesterday's notes, thank you. I determine the creatures to use their feathers for displays of dominance. That cannot be the only reason they have developed. So what is our weather today? In fact, I'm going to just roll for our weather because it's, I don't know, it's more fun. So let's roll for our weather. Roll 1d10. What is today's weather? It is drizzly. Oh, it's drizzly. Is that an acidic element? I can't remember. I cannot remember for the life of me. It is corrosive in a liquid state. Ha. Cool. So that's a thing we're dealing with. That's okay. The drizzle is reddish color, matching the fog from yesterday. The high bromine content indicates it is toxic to humans and animals alike. Did the feathers evolve to protect the skin? So, we're going to venture out today. And while we did learn more about the fauna, we're going to learn more about the flora today. So, upon venturing out, these large shrubs, there's one near camp. It doesn't take very long to get to it. In fact, it's probably better to not stay out in this drizzle for too long. The leaves are wax coated. They are waxy. They're not wax coated. They're waxy. The leaves are waxy, and the bromine just rolls right off of it. However, upon closer inspection, that is only the tops. The tops of the leaves are waxy. And the higher you get into the shrub, the more outside facing the leaves are, the more waxy they are. However, as you get deeper into the shrub, where the bromine drizzle can't touch it, the leaves are fuzzy. They're velvety feeling. And the hues are deeper. or the hues are lighter. I'm sorry. The hues are lighter. So while the outside hues are these dark purples. And mid-tone and dark mid-tone blues, much like the borage flowers like we described, the inside leaves are these lavender and sky blue colors, matching the tone and the pastel of the trunk of the shrubs. And it's interesting because while they are fuzzy and they're soft to the touch, they stick together. So Lyra pulls 2 leaves off these trees and puts them together, and it's hard to pull them apart. And upon being able to pull them apart like Velcro, almost, there is a residue left behind. There's a yellow pollen residue left behind. And that must be how the trees pollinate. They self-pollinate with these inner leaves, while the outer leaves protect the inner of the tree. That's how it self-pollinates and continues to grow. It hasn't been a lot of wind, so that's assuming is how they grow, at least. So we're going to do a voice log. Voice log 2. The leaves of the shrubs are waxy in nature. The outer leaves, sorry. The outer leaves of the shrubs are waxy in nature. Velvety. Stick together, leaving a yellow light. So we want to explore more. So we're going to keep walking, and we're going to find these bromine pools that the amphibians crawl into, and walking around. While foggy, and so their feathers were not incredibly down against their skin. They were still lower to their skin, but today, upon walking around, the feathers are just flat against the skin of the animals, indicating that yes, the feathers are there to protect them from the bromine rain. And it just rolls off of them. And in fact, we're going to try and befriend an animal today. So let's befriend one. We're going to do a check for that. So first, let's see if this is going to be risky. Whoop. Don't forget, everybody who is here, we're doing a giveaway of this tabletop. At the end of this journey, you do have to stick around for that. Otherwise, Nightbot won't count you because that's what we're using. So 2d6. Send it. Ooh, it's perilous. Ooh, we're making a perilous check. All right. So to befriend, right there, finesse. Oh shit. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know why I'm using all my D4 checks, but I am. Jeez. Okay. So let's roll a D4. Let's pray to the dice gods. Okay. That's as best. That is. Whew. We are doing good. All right. We succeed, but at a cost. We mark 2 boxes if the situation was perilous. So that would probably be body. We're probably going to get bit. Oh, I guess that would be a little bit through gear too, huh? It doesn't say I have to mark them both on the same track. So yeah, We're gonna do that. Alright, so upon trying to befriend the one that interest us was the long amphibian with the short salamander legs, but the tree frog toes that were sticky at the bottom that was walking around. We're gonna try and befriend one of those. We walk up to it and hey, thank you. I'm glad the different tracks make sense. So sorry, I lost my train of thought. Upon walking up to this long amphibian, Lyra, unsure how to befriend these creatures. They're calm. They don't seem to be alert to a whole lot. Kind of sticks your hand out like you would a dog, which isn't the way you should approach a dog, but it's the way most people learn to approach a dog. So that's what she's going to do. She is going to place her hand out. Unsure if these amphibians can smell or not. Not quite sure how the internal system of these amphibians work. And try and coax it. And she, and it startles. It wasn't quite paying attention, and she didn't see from a distance, but upon closer, after she put her hand out, she could see that the underlid was actually folded up over the eyes of this amphibian, and so it wasn't even actually looking at her, and so she had startled it, and upon startling, it whips that long tail around. I don't know if y'all have seen an iguana do that. It hurts. I've been whipped by an iguana before. It whips that long tail around and just hits the back leg of her suit on the calf. And not only does it hurt, it injures, leaves a good welt. It also cuts her suit. Again, luckily this suit is done in sections at the joints. And of course, wearing underlayers and things like that like you're supposed to. So she's not losing oxygen out of this suit slash, but it does damage the suit and it damages her body. However, after the initial startle, it gets curious and approaches her and sees that she's not a threat. And Lyra is able to befriend this creature. And hoping it can lead her to the bromine pools, because it has to be coming from somewhere. So as she walks, it follows her, more curious than anything, follows her, and it is still too early for this today. Follows her out of sheer curiosity as she wanders onto its territory. And in its territory are some of the largest mountains on this desert planet, with the soft pink and crimson veins against this dark green hue of these mountainous rocks. And she sees what their feet are for. They're mountain climbers. They scale the sides of these cliffs, carved away by the acidic bromine rain, slick with no grip, and that's what the suctions are for. And they slither along these huge mountains, gigantic amphibian feathered creatures. One would mistake them for dragons, just scaling and wrapping themselves around these mountains. And as she goes, excuse me. As she goes through these mountains and valleys, she finally finds it. She finally finds these rivers of bromine, whatever. I'm gonna be making that fight with myself all day. She finds these rivers. And while they're not rushing, they're not fast rivers, they do move and flow, which means they're bubbling out, possibly from underground. And it would take a... She finds the head of a river, and it bubbling, as this liquid bromine is coming out of the ground, and okay, so it must be coming from underground. But is it recycling is the question. So she follows it. She walks, her little companion friend, sliding into the river. And still curiously following her. Never seen a creature like this. I've never seen a two-legged like this before. And she finds the end of it, and it ends in this big pool. And it doesn't seemingly go anywhere else. Now the question is how dumb are we going to be is the real question here. Bromine, thank you. Thank you, Fatality. And the question is how dumb do we want to be? How incredibly just out there do we want to be? I say let's go for it. That's just me. Hi everybody who's chiming in. I see we have some new viewers. We are playing Nomadic. I'm playing Nomadic, a Breathless, a solo tabletop based on the Breathless SRD system. Fari RPGs. There's the link for it. Fantastic. Go check it out. We are doing a giveaway at the end of this. So stick around. So, I mean, I would. Do we be dumb? I'm waiting to see if Chad has something to say about being dumb. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna be dumb. Straight up. Just... I mean, we're not gonna use the one that tore earlier. We're smarter than that. We're smarter than that. However, we are gonna stick our gloved hand in the bromine, and we're gonna see how risky this is. All right, so let's pray to the dice gods. Also, hi, Renee. I didn't realize that was you in chat. Hi. I hope everything is going well. Thank you for stopping by. All right. I got way into the game and telling the story of this game. Oh, nope. 2d6. Yeah? Yep. 6. So it's risky. It's not perilous. I want to know why befriending the calm, chill amphibian was more perilous than sticking my hand in this river. But that's okay. I don't know why I put that up because I'm going to need it again because we're going to do a check. What check are we going to do, though? I mean, that would be a muscle check, right? I'm going to assume that that's a muscle check. Because we're overcoming. We're trying to overcome to feel something and learn something. Also, I just want to roll something more than a d4 for once. That's a lot of it. I would like to roll more. Oh, shit, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 4 anyway. Alright, so now that's down to a d4. We're going to scroll back up. It comes at a cost. It is just a 1 perilous. So it's just going to do damage. Our gear is just evolving really fast. So fast. So Lyra just sticks her hand in this pool and is searching desperately for something, a hole, a drain, something, as she finds it. And there is a drain. It is recycling itself through this planet. I'm gonna look at chat every time I have to say this word. Bromine. The bromine is recycling itself through the planet. And she takes her hand out and finds that her glove has disintegrated. Mainly the fingertips of her glove have disintegrated. And while luckily she did bring extra gloves, the metal clip that clips the glove down under her suit to make sure she doesn't lose air if something damages it has also been rusted and damaged from the bromine. So, with that, we're going to end our day, go back to camp, place our gloves, and get our logs down to send out. And start a new weather period. Why? Thank you. I was like, why are we bigger all of a sudden? Log 3. All right. So the weather now. I like changing up the weather. We went from fog to drizzly to what is our weather now? Our current weather now is back to fog. And we are back to fog. That makes sense. The drizzling has stopped. We're back to fog. We've replaced our glove. And now it's time to actually determine when you leave the planet. Continue the mission. Okay. That's if you abandon it. No, that's if you push forward. Okay. So the weather is foggy again. The drizzle has subsided. We've replaced our glove, and we continue trekking. And we want to see what the geology of these rocks are. So we go back to our friend's territory with the mountains, and we're going to start collecting samples. We're going to start collecting samples of the ground. We are going to start collecting samples of the mountains and the rocks there. And I have a feeling we're going to do a lot of rolls here. Actually, we're going to try and repair our suit. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and make a couple of repairs. Well, they're not going to be the best repairs. There's something. Yeah, we have to use what we brought with us. So, let's see if it's going to be risky to make these repairs. This is a lot of fun. You make a whole story based off of this, and that would just be so much fun. Not 12. You make a whole story based off of this, and it would be a lot of fun. And I would challenge people to actually write. It's gonna be risky. And it was a D10. I would challenge people to actually write something based off of this. I think it'd be really neat. Ah, we have a success, a full success. Fantastic. We are able to repair the suit enough to protect us from the bromine. Of course, our gear is still marked off in the tracks. And this is now down to AD8. All right. So, that's always going to be a D4. All right. So we repair our suit enough, and we get back out there. The drizzle has subsided. It is now foggy again. And we are going to be learning about the geology of this planet. So, again, Googling things because I'm not a scientist. All right, so we are going to gather. We are going to gather some of the rocks, some of the dirt below our feet near camp, and we are going to attempt to scale the mountain to get to some of those pink and crimson veins. So with our little collection bags and our little scoops, we are going out and just collecting things as we see. We have a bag specifically for collection that goes in the analyzer to tell us the minerals, and we will get there at the end of this adventure out after repairing our suit. So, oh, my legs. There we go, toes. So, we walk out. Suits repaired to the point that the fog or anything can't get in and dampen our under gear. And we trek, gathering along the way rocks, small pieces of dirt, anything that might stand out. Into the resource bag it goes, and we find this particularly different stone. Usually the pinks and the crimsons are veins in the mountain itself. However, there is one crimson rock that stands out out of the mountains. While at the base, it's not in the mountains, and it's strange that it's not in the mountains. And it's large. It's too large to put in the analyzer. However, we can chip a piece off of it. And so we are going to use our finesse. Actually, we're going to see if it's risky. So this is where a lot of our checks are going to come in. So let's roll it. Whoop. Roll 2d6 and... Oh, it's not risky. It's simply do it. Yes. Fantastic. I love it. So I realized that I could roll for everything. So that's the thing. Is I'm choosing to roll for certain things. If I'm picking something up off the ground, not picking up, but if I'm like scooping obvious just little specks off the ground, I wasn't gonna roll for it. But you could roll for everything. If you really wanted to get down to it and test your luck and test your chances, you could roll for everything. And I think that's the fun part of this game. Especially being a solo tabletop, is it's your game. You get to choose. And so I'm rolling for some things that would make it fun. Like I rolled for 2 wildlife sizes and 2 flora sizes, but we'll get to the rest of it in a minute at the end of this game. So yeah, we just chip off the red rock and we keep moving along. Nothing strange. Finally we get to the mountain. And there are, from the rain of the bromine, there are footholds. There are little grass. However, most of the mountainside is slick, and we have to take a chance. So we're gonna roll again. Realize I'm using a tablet as my second screen, so my typing is not super fast. 7. Ooh. Is it? No, it's just risky. It's just risky. We are going to climb the mountain to get to one of the crimson veins. Most of the crimson's down at the bottom while the pink is up at the top. So we are going to finesse our way up there And we are going to just pray to everything here. Fingers and toes crossed. Oh, fuck. Shit. Something wrong happens. The resource track. Alright. Alright. Upon climbing this mountain, Lyra's foot slips. And in trying to... She's on the side of this mountain. And upon trying to rescue herself, upon trying to climb, she misses one of the footholds, and her foot slips on the slick rock. And she starts to slide back. She is probably 3 stories up in the air, and she starts to slide back, and is finally able to catch herself and digs her hands into the rock to catch grip on her hands. And she is able to catch with one of her feet as her other leg that slipped swings out with such momentum. And she doesn't realize she's too busy trying to stabilize, and her leg slams into the side of the mountain, damaging. Actually, would damage the gear more than anything. Now that I'm thinking about it, oh, we are just out to damage gear today. I tell you. Oh, we are not doing good. We are not doing great on gear right now. And it just scrapes up her gear. Her gear is all ragged and torn at the moment. She decides to press forward. And we're going to do it again. We're going to continue to climb the mountain, but we're going to use the determination, because I've been wanting to use this. We're going to use determination. And that's the thing about Lyra, is Lyra's fucking stubborn. I mean, same. So, with sheer determination, she is going to climb the side. Whoop, 2d6. She's going to do it again. And it's going to be risky. It's going to be risky. However, sheer determination, we are going to roll a d12. I'm so excited. She is determined to get up to these crimson veins. She was almost there. Fuck. How? Oh, no. Hang on, I need to sit in my failure for a second. Oh no! Oh no! Oh gosh, luckily it was just risky and not perilous. Oh no. There it is, my friends. Oh yeah. My dice on the dice roller hate me. My actual dice don't. My Witcher dice hate me, which is why they're at work, and I use them for work as a therapeutic GM. Also, we've used our determination, so I'm gonna go ahead. And, there we go. And mark it out. That's all right. And one last desperate attempt to get up the mountain. Lyra slides again. And protecting from the harshness of space. Hang on. Yeah, I have to make a choice now. I could have done that. I could have picked a random one and linked it later, but no. This just made more sense. So, one last sheer desperate attempt to get at the red, to get at the crimson rock in the mountain. She slides again. This time, not able to catch herself. This time, all the way 3 stories down this mountain till she hits the bottom, ripping her suit to shreds. I can't believe I rolled it too. Ripping her suit to shreds. And now, in order to push forward, we have to make it back to our ship. We have to make it back to the ship in order to push forward, and we're gonna take the resources we have gathered upon our venture outs. We are gonna roll a d20. We got a lot of resources. We got 5 resources. Five. Just a little number 5. 5. Okay, we got 5 resources. And this is not the end of Lyra's journey. She made it back to the ship. However, her time here is done. We don't give up. We leave the system, fast forward, clear our resource tracks, and we're gonna go find a new system. We're gonna find a home to make those memories that we had on Earth again. And as we're going, we beam our information back. So that way they know that, while interesting, this planet was not it. The planet made of green stone with bromine fog. The planet made of green stone with bromine fog and feathered amphibians was not the new home. However, it was something she's happy she landed on. It's something that she'll remember forever. And something she'll carry with her forever. However, this is not the end of her journey. I actually plan on continuing this later. But that's Nomadic. I guess we need to make our log, huh? We're not done yet. I didn't want to be done yet. Sending data. Well, interesting. Showed the planet is mostly greenstone. And the crimson rock chippings from the boulder at the base of the mountain are, let's see what those are made of. Oh, is it really? Who donated? I'll check in a minute, and then I'll give them a thank you. Apparently there is a song called Crimson Stone, in case y'all didn't know. Not... Did y'all know a Crimson Stone is valuable to... It's garnet. That's what it is. Actually, no, what is in that? No, it's ruby. And the greenstone. Ash Parth. Oh, I'll have to thank him. Big shout out to Ash Parth. I'll send a thank you also to him. Our log likes to disappear every once in a while, apparently. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. Choosing not to put the stone in the mountains for fear of her people coming and mining and taking from these beautiful feathered amphibians. She'd hate to see this planet go, and so she chooses to not include the Crimson Rock at the base of the mountain. Is mostly bromine. Atmosphere also shows no sign of little signs, little oxygen content. The fauna here have developed feathers to protect them from use its moisture to stay alive. Plant. Planet. Let's see. Let's give this planet a good name. Any ideas, chat? This green, mountainous desert planet with feathered amphibians. Just chilling, just vibing. This lo-fi. Almora 4. I love it. Almora 4. It's a place to remember. And with that, Lyra gathers her resources, gathers herself and all of her supplies, and leaves. Always remembering Almora 4 forever. Oh, I love this game. So that's Nomadic, and now I'm excited because now I get to talk about it, and that makes me really excited. This one was actually okay. This playthrough I expected it to be longer, and I know I could make it longer with a new planet and everything, because that's the thing is Lyra's decided to push forward, and it's time we find a new planet, new log entry, new planet to explore, and we do all these planet analyzer checks again. And we didn't get to the complications. Because I hadn't used focus yet. So I was expecting to actually make it up the mountain with a determination, and then I was going to use the focus to bring a new challenge. However, that's not what happened. How to use the gear challenges. So, thank you. So the music is Lo-Fi Geek. It's copyright free. I wanted to use the playlist you made because the playlist for it is fantastic, but copyright, I had to be careful. So this is one I found. And this was so much fun. I'm actually going to post your itch.io link again in chat. So this is where you could find Nomadic, and we're actually going to get ready for the giveaway here in a second. I'm about to pull up Nightbot, which means, this is going to go away, but I want to talk about it first. Fantastic game. So much fun. Like I said, I'm definitely going to continue this later. You could build whole stories off of this game. You could world build using this game. This game is phenomenal. All those lore and history books that you find in... Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. All the lore books that you find in like roleplay, like open world games, and tabletop. Actually, GMs, using history books to build lore into the world and to world build. This would be fantastic if you were doing something space based. This was so much fun. Of people finding logs littered about different planets in the system if you're doing a traveling one, and I know space is a big thing right now. And yeah, no, this was fun. I really liked the focus. I really liked the determination. That 12 killed me. That 12 killed me. It was so easy to read. Super easy to figure out and play. Being able to decide, you know what, I'm going to use one here and one here for that perilous befriending of the amphibian. And I decided to do the wildlife detector size twice, and then the current behavior twice. The size of the flora twice. I tried to do a type twice. I was like, nah, just leave the amphibians. I like that. Like I said, the idea of large to gigantic feathered amphibians has been just the highlight of my day. I wish I could like art, because I have this image in my head, and it's a fantastic, beautiful image of just one of these gigantic, long, basically salamanders with frog feet and these beautiful bright feathers wrapped around these mountains like dragons, and it's just a fantastic image in my head. This was so much fun. This was so much fun. It's so well thought out. I love the font. It's easy to read, easy to play, easy to follow along. There was a point I was like, okay, so I just have to do this. Double check real quick. Okay, then do this, and then go down here. It's easy to follow through. It'd be a lot easier, like print it out, all nested out in front of you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was fun. I love this. I don't have a whole lot else to say about it. Like I said, it's easy to read, and you can either continue going or beam your last words. That's Nomadic. This is so much fun. I love this system. Overall, this is a fantastic system. I love the survival aspect of the system. I love actually, I think the stats are the most interesting part of this whole system. The dice roll for stats. Um, Rather than using numbers and things like that you normally see, your checks are dice. Um, and you spread your dice out and they go down as you go, which means you have to use them intelligently. You have to think about what you're doing. You know, are you going to try and bust through the door in front of you, or are you going to try and unlock it and get it unlocked first, depending on where your stats lie? And I think that's phenomenal because, you know, if you don't bust down this door later, well, that means you're saving your strength for something further on down the line because it deteriorates unless you use like the focus system in here, or catch your breath, or whatever, you know, you decide to call it. And yeah, so let's get to this giveaway. Let me switch over to a chatting. Realize I have not done a lot on this screen because I don't sit here and just chat often. However, we're gonna sit here and just chat for a second while I pull up Nightbot so that we can do this giveaway. All right. No offense, mods. All right. Let's roll it. Let's see who wins. There's no eligible users to win the giveaway. Random number. What do you mean there's no Oh, I see what I did. I think I see what I did. Okay, roll it. No. Ah. Within the past 10 minutes. Well, it's like there's no eligible users, and I don't know why. How strange. Why? Alright, well, it's telling me there's no eligible users in the giveaway. Refresh. Nightbot here. Oh my goodness. There we go, now it's all connected. Nope. Apparently there's no eligible users in chat. Trying to figure out how to fix this. Oh man. Who wants to win a Nomadic tabletop? Ah. Is that what I did wrong? No. Oh my goodness. This is cracking me up. There's always something. The stream was going so smoothly. And then there's something. Okay. Let's see. Nightbot is V-broken. Oh, there it goes. It's because I didn't have it open. Oh, that's dumb. All y'all have to say something. At least one thing in chat to win. Oh my gosh. That's what it is y'all have to talk in chat for it to count. Oh, that's not fun. Some people like to be lurkers, and I know I've got a couple of lurkers in here. No, Nightbot's not broken. I don't know how to do giveaways. Oh, man. Ah. All right, y'all. If y'all want it, y'all are gonna have to say something in chat. Thank you, stream stickers, for saying something in chat. I appreciate you. It's the real MVP. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, nope, wrong place. All right. Help. I am slowly gonna figure this out, guys. I promise. I apologize. It's fine, because now we just get to sit here and chat. Now we just get to sit here, get to know one another, you know? What did y'all think of the game? Did y'all like the game? I thought it was great, but that's because I enjoy solo games a lot. Yeah, I don't know either. Stream Stickers is now an eligible user. Is now an eligible winner for this tabletop. Oh man, how funny! That cracks me up. I don't say nothing else. I'll just do another giveaway. Yeah. Because apparently to be active, you have to say something. And I know I have a lot of lurkers in chat. It was a neat game. I really enjoyed it. It cracks me up. There's supposed to be a space mix, and there's like birds. I found another one looking last night for music for this, and I found one like with crickets chirping, and I'm like, okay, well, calm down. Calm down. Earth sounds. Earthlings. Oh man. Yeah, it's starting to look like we're gonna have to save the giveaway for another stream. Because nobody's active in chat. And you gotta be active in order to get counted. Otherwise, I'm not gonna know if you're a bot or not. See, that's the thing. Because I could count and roll who's a bot, who's not. Ooh, secrets. Alrighty. Yeah, this game was so much fun. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Thank you so much, Safari Games, for allowing me to do this. This was fantastic. I loved it. I'm definitely gonna do more of these smaller like tabletops on Sunday, hence tabletop brunch. Hence tabletop brunch on Sundays, whether it be solo games that I pick up or you know, we get a group together and roll a small one-shot game. It'd be a lot of fun on top of like the D&D that I roll on Sundays, which, you know, is our pirate campaign for those who watch. This is so funny. No mods. But it does look like this might have to get saved for another stream, which is sad because I really want to do this giveaway. Give it to Fidalini. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess we're gonna save it for another chat. I guess we'll continue this next week. It's the only thing I could think to do really is to do more of this next week. So we will try again next week with another giveaway of it. Um, yeah. So thank you again to Fari Games for creating this. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket, and we'll probably play again next week. This is a lot of fun. We'll probably explore a whole new planet, continue the story of Lyra next week for another giveaway, chance. And yeah, probably not at 10 a.m. though. I was up till almost 5 o'clock last night, so probably not 10 a.m. Probably shoot for 11. So thank you everybody for coming and checking this out. Excuse me. This is always so much fun. I love playing these games. And again, go pick up Nomadic. Go support the creator. Super, super nice individual. Definitely somebody to support. And also, go check out our games. Lost Guide. We entered into the Breathless Jam that this was all a part of. And go check it out and tell us what you think. But in the meantime, I will catch you guys later. Tomorrow we're actually doing Fatal Frame with Lee Denning, and because of circumstances, we're actually be doing it 3 Mondays in a row. So, really excited for that. And so I'll catch y'all then. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.